A short reading for the Society of One Place Studies. It's all about that place. The ferryboat inn had overlooked Helford Passage for more than 300 years, and it was still as popular with local sailors and fishermen as it was with the thriving tourist trade. Inside, the inn reflected its piratical past and tales of smuggled contraband in the area, with its ship's lanterns and bells, ropes and wheels. An old ship's mast stretched the length of the bar like a sturdy lintel. Jefferson Tayte was outside, still smiling to himself after learning from two of the locals that the place was known as the FBI. Hearing Tate's accent, they had been keen to engage him in conversation, seemingly just to impart this information. He took a slow step beyond the terrace, leaving the cool shelter of the faux ship's sail that canopied over it, lashed to imitation masts. He was facing the river, comfortably fed and slouched with his hands in his pockets, jacket resting loosely through his arm. Before him a short but lively beach ran to clear water that was turquoise under a strong sun barely past its zenith. Children played at the water's edge, monitored by their parents, and further out the river was active with the midweek sailing fraternity, with a melee of white sails gently aslant in a soft breeze. The sun felt hot on Tate's face. Although not a great walker by preference, he found the stroll to Helford Passage almost as good a tonic as his lunch. Along the way he'd passed the hamlet of Durgan, which consisted of a cluster of stone cottages surrounding an old schoolhouse at the edge of a small shingle beach by the river. He'd spent a few minutes looking up into the subtropical gardens of Glendurgan while he was there, but the scant time he'd had did not do justice to the exotic beauty that was 200 years in the making, to the giant camellias and magnolias that were now resting in preparation for next year's show, when they would once again exhibit in all colours from white to deepest crimson. Tate strolled onto the beach towards a metal-railed gangway that arched onto the river to a floating pontoon. An unusual catamaran approached, and to his right, at the top of the beach and level with the gangway, a sky-blue kiosk advertised ferryboat hire. That was an excerpt from In the Blood, a Jefferson Tayte genealogical mystery by Steve Robinson, much of which is set around the Halford River between Falmouth Bay and the Lizard Peninsula in Cornwall.